Well, it seems that you check all the boxes in here. I have one question for you. Do you work well under pressure? I think that I really work really well under pressure, especially high stress environment. Do you work under pressure? This is one of the most uncomfortable interview questions there is because it is very tricky one. So there's so many job applicants that they make a huge mistake when they are replying to this question because it is a very tricky one. So think about why the supervisor, the manager, or why are they asking you this question? Because they are assessing your decision making skills or your problem solving skills and how quickly can you or you can think on your feet. But more importantly, they want to know if you are a snowflake or are you a snowflake? Are you gonna melt under pressure? Are you gonna crack? Or are you gonna collapse when things get tough? Can they count on you when things get tough? That is actually what they're asking. So here's what you don't want to say. See, if you say no, then obviously that's a bad answer. But if you just say yes, that is also a bad answer. So you don't just want to say yes because it come across or it just happened. Well, everybody says yes. How do I know you're not telling a lie? And you don't want to exaggerate either. So instead of what you want to do is you want to tell a story and you should rehearse and have prepared this story ahead of time. So instead of just saying yes, so yes, I work well under pressure. Well, how do I know if you're not telling a lie? You don't know as far as they're concerned. You could be lying, right? Instead, you tell a story. It could be a simple story like this. I remember when I was in college, I was actually being put into a group of four, and the four of us and me. So, and the three other of my classmates working on a project, and we divided the responsibilities, and we had 1 month working on this particular project. And I was doing my part, and they were doing their part. And we had to get together for just a few days before the presentation because we all had to make a presentation together as a group or as a team. And I was sharing with them what I have done so far. And two of my classmates actually didn't complete what they were supposed to do. I was a little bit disappointed, but knowing that we actually didn't have a lot of time, so I had to. So, yes, I burned some midnight oil and kind of worked on their part and finished what they were supposed to be their responsibilities. But I did it, and then I actually had to be one that make their presentation. And that, because of that, I got a B plus or A plus. So for that particular project, you see the difference. So you are actually sharing a story of how you have dealt with pressure. How do you operate under pressure? That's what they want to know. So it could be something that you have done it in your college. It could be something that you have done it in sports, right? So if you actually play any kind of sports or you compete, or it could be something from your previous job that you have to make a presentation, or there is a very tight deadline, or you work with other people. So, what have you done? So, that's the question, right? So, share that story. Remember, facts tell, but story tell. So, you want to have some of those stories in your kind of a back pocket. So, whenever you need it, you can just do it. So within the story, you want to hit a key point. So here are key points number one. How you have used your skills to handle the situation. So number two, how you are taking responsibilities and then not you are not blaming other people. So you're not playing victims. That's good to know for the supervisors or for the HR person. That's very powerful to know. So, right? So, number three, you kind of also want to share what are the results, right? So, what happens? So, you did this, and this is how you handle it. And here is the outcome. So, now they can see the full journey. So, don't just answer yes or a no. Prepare a couple of these times. And by the way, you don't want to exaggerate the answer. So don't just say, oh, Oh, I never felt stressed. It is never a problem. I can handle any situation. I work very well under pressure. No, that is a very bad answer. It is much better to do that through a storytelling. So, one more tip that I want to give you is when you finish the story, you could also share what are some of the things that you do to relieve your stress because it's good to know. Then they know that you're kind of working on this and you have an outlet. So that's a good example. So it is good for them to know because they know that you kind of have an outlet. So maybe you see, so you know what, or whenever I felt stressed, I would go for a run, or I eat, or I would do yoga, or I meditate daily, or whatever you do. So share that story because they will know. So then they will say, okay, then they know that you're not just a kind of person that would bolt up all your emotions and take out all the pressure and then you're gonna explode. Boom. No, it's like, hey, what? I have an outlet. No, I have an outlet. I have a hobby that when I do that, I release my stress. So they know, okay, you are a healthy person. So the key to handle this question is, do you work under pressure? So is to have a well crafted, well rehearsed story that you could share. By the way, guys, so please share your comment below and share your story of how you handled a scenario like this, or how you've handled a stressful scenario, or how you've overcome those scenarios, and how you work well under pressure. So please leave your comment down below.